Something I wanted to ask you about. Have you seen that clip going around with Sam Witwer saying about continuity with Dave Filoni?
Is that the one that Will brought up the other day on his, what was it?
You could try Sam Witwer lightsaber continuity, Dave Filoni, because I only saw it recently and I was like, oh shit. Oh, argues inconsistencies. I think that might be
It's good if the stories are different. Dave Filoni and I once had this argument that educated me greatly, because I was all concerned. There was this thing I was recording as Darth Maul for this audiobook, and it wasn't, strictly speaking, consistent with something that we did in Clone Wars.
Right.
And I said, Dave, what should I do? Should I tell them to change the line? Should I blah, blah? What do you think? And how do I solve this problem? And he just said, Sam, it's good if the stories are different. But what do you mean? It has to be consistent. He's like, no, it doesn't. These are all tall tales, and they all of the tellings. It's great if it's a little bit different. That's reason to go seek that out, to get a different perspective on the same story. This campfire that night that was told that story, this happened and Ahsoka's lightsaber was blue, but over here you heard the same story and Ahsoka's lightsaber was green, and that's good. And when I thought about what he said, I'm like, he's right, and that's always been the way it was with George.
I think Dave Filoni so I like Sam Witwer's point of view. Obviously, it needs to be consistent. I think Dave is coming from the point of view that George originally wanted Star Wars to be told by the Whills, kind of like a journal, kind of like watching everything, watching the Skywalkers, so that I guess some events from one person would be different than another person because their point of view is different. I guess it's all from a point of view. But that gets kind of confusing when you're actually watching Star Wars on the outside in real life. So I don't agree with that at all.
And I really hope, because he talks about like lightsaber colors, as much as I still think that would annoy potentially people like you and me, be much more forgiving of a lightsaber color change compared to a character completely changing. And I would hope that's not like, it's a different story. It's a different point of view. It's different. Like, no.
That's like a multiverse then.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
Which I've heard rumors that's something they want to do with Star Wars as well.
I mean, kind of. With the Ahsoka show.
I suppose the funny part of that is that like you can make really great and interesting stories with it, but you can also crash and burn your whole franchise like Marvel's doing.
I mean, you can create like a new sequel trilogy, which would be great.
Well, I mean,
just a restart button. Beep.
Is that what would you decanonize, or would you say it's like a different timeline?
No, I wouldn't have different timelines.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I would just erase it.
I would
Different
enjoy
timelines.
erasing it.
It's just a cheap trick to. It's like a perfect trick that companies will use to basically make like everything they want and profit off of every story that they want. And be like, oh, well, it happened in a different timeline.
I mean, it cheapens everything ultimately anyway.
It does, and I really didn't like Endgame because of that travel crap. It just ruined it.
Endgame got worse and worse and worse as the days went by for thinking about it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it again.